Hi, this is Not Too Fast here. In this video I will be installing and putting in some accessories for my Nissan Pathfinder. The box you see on the far right, that is the rear bumper protector. And next to it, that bag is the rear cargo protector. So it's a plastic liner for the trunk area. And then beside that, that is the all-season floor mats. Now these items are Nissan OEM parts. Here is the bumper protector, and it's part number T99B1-9PJ0A. And here's what this part looks like. And here's the rear cargo protector, part number 999C3-X3000. The all-season floor mats is part number 999E1-XZ000. It comes in 4 pieces, 2 in the front, 1 for the second row and 1 for the third row. And let me open this up. Here are the 4 pieces. These 2 are for the front. This is for the second row. And this is for the third row. Here's a look at the bottom side. Also, the name Pathfinder is molded on the side. Here's a look at the back bumper before I put on the protector plates. So the first thing you need to do is get some soapy water and clean the top surface of this rear bumper. Make sure it's very clean. Next thing you need to do is dry fit this piece onto the bumper so you have an idea where the double-sided tapes are, and it runs along the entire edge of this piece. Now if you look closely at the top edge, there is an arrow that's stamped right here, and this yellow sticker actually tells you this is the center of the part. What you want to do is align this arrow with the latch that's right here. By doing so, you'll know this piece will be exactly centered on the bumper. Here's a closer look at that arrow that I was talking about. The next step is to take these 2 alcohol wipes and clean the entire surface all around the edge where the double-sided tape will be sticking to. What this alcohol will do is help degrease any wax or dirt or grime that's on the bumper. Now there are 2 plastic spacers that come with this part. What you do is that you take one of these and place it at the end here, and it'll give you the perfect distance between the edge of the bumper to the edge of this plate. Place the other one on the other side also. So what you end up having is there are 3 points of reference to make sure this is aligned. You have the center point, and then you have the 2 spacers on each edge. So you can take a piece of tape and just tape this spacer down so it doesn't move around. Do the same for the other side. Here's a look at what we have. Now we can go ahead and remove the backing on the double-sided tape. And you don't want to remove the entire backing here. Just remove about this much, and we'll pull this off after placing it on the bumper. So do that for all the pieces. Same thing for the other side. Now the reason we don't take all the backing tape off here is because this will allow us to move this around if we have to. Now, if you took all the backing tape off, then what happens is that all the bottom side will be very sticky, and once you accidentally push this down, then it's very difficult to get it off. So we'll first center this, and then place the edge on both sides against the spacer right there. Once everything's aligned, go ahead and push this corner down where we have the double-sided tape. At this time you can remove the red backing right here, and as we remove this, you just push this down. And you want to apply pressure on this for a couple of minutes. Here's a look with the bumper protector installed. For the rear cargo protector, it's very simple to install. So it's one piece, and you'll notice that this top part basically flip up to cover the back of the third row seat. Also, these white circles here are your hook and loop that'll get attached to the back side of this third row here. So after it's all fitted, it'll look something like this. So now that we have everything aligned, we're ready to put the hook and loop onto the back surface right here. What you want to do is remove this white backing. So now you can go ahead and push this onto the back of the third row seat. Now if you find that you need to reposition it, you can pull this off. So that big round hook and loop is still on the back of the seat now. There's another hook and loop on the cargo protector, which allows you to reposition this if you need to. Here's the final look. If you need to access the storage compartment, you can still do that. If you want to fold down the seat, now when it comes to installing the all-season floor mats, there's a big warning tag here that you don't want to stack this on top of your carpeted floor mats. You need to remove those and then place this directly on the floor of the vehicle. Here it tells you do not stack the floor mats one on top of another. Let's go ahead and remove the carpeted floor mats. Now we'll place the all-season floor mats in and make sure you hook the floor mat onto the floor so it doesn't move around. Here's the passenger side. There's the second row. Here's a look at these mats in the second row. Here's the third row. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave one in the comment section. And don't forget to click on the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.